go live, and I'm gonna go take a piss. Broadcasting.
We lost him. He got bored.
Bam. Go live. Good. 2:30. 2:30. They can hear you. We are live and recording.
Yep, I see it.
What is the timer?
2 minutes, 25 seconds.
Okay. I hit the restroom as well. I don't want to be like in the middle of like.
Share with Brandon.
He'll lock the door. He'll lock himself out.
Greetings, Larry Adams. Thanks for joining, as always. Yes, live on YouTube. Love it, love it.
Where did Kevin go?
Bathroom.
Restroom.
Oh shit!
I told him to just go with you.
I could have held his hand.
That's true. We'll hold something.
What are friends for?
It's the Mexican way.
Oh, yeah. Thaddeus. Greetings, Earthlings. Thanks for joining, man.
What do we got?
Greetings, Earthlings.
Are you on the ICC side? Or are you on the CNG side? Nearly go time.
I don't know where Zach went.
Oh shit! Well, he's gonna have to make his way in. He's like, bullshit. This show sucks. 30 seconds.
Oh, okay, cool.
We got a nice little studio mode. We'll see if this works. It is amazing how much that kills that sound, though, doesn't it?
It's crazy. I still need to buy them.
It
They're
is.
in my card. I need to.
7, 4. Ready?
Boom.
Let's
Here
go,
we go.
boys.
Yeah.
Here it is. High five. Nice.
Oh, shit.
Nice. Nice.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to catfish you.
That's
out
it.
there.
Hey, good, man.
What's up, boys?
It's Tuesday night.
We're back.
We are
long.
back.
It has been too long. It feels good.
2 weeks? At least with you. With
Yeah.
both of y'all.
Too long.
Yeah.
For those of you who are just joining us, this is Tuesday night, Cigar Talk Live. These beautiful people, not myself included, but then including myself is not part of that. We're going to join you beautiful people on the other side of the lens, and we're going to talk shit for a couple of hours probably. There are going to be good
least.
questions. There will be tears shed. There
Lots
will
of
be
tears.
bottles of mezcal and tequila and beer that will be consumed.
Yeah.
There will be great cigars
water.
smoked. And if you like this, I'm gonna say it like Tim says it. Tim Pool says it. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and do us a favor. Drop us a lot of comments and questions because we have a great show. And I'll be goddamned if Wayne Ferguson doesn't come in 1 minute into the show and say the word California.
Yep. It's just a matter of
Greetings from
time.
Union City, California.
There it is.
Josh Sims in from the metropolis of Frisco, and one of my dearest friends on the planet Earth is sitting somewhere at the table. He's
Yeah.
right here. Kevin Ochoa. What's up, brother?
Yay! Crowd goes wild.
Welcome.
Happy to be here.
Salud.
Cheers.
Salud.
Saludcito.
Salud.
Cheers. Salud.
One more.
Salud.
There you go. Cheers. And cheers to y'all. Thanks for joining for another edition of Cigar Talk Live from Industrial Cigar Company. I'm Adrian Brenda with Cigars and Guns. we got the Frakes family here.
Yeah,
That's right.
Pretty much.
Kevin Ochoa involved.
Yep.
Pops in the house survived COVID. Brandon survived Mexico and the bombing of buses.
Though they
That's
were
going
lighting them on fire. They weren't bombing them. And
Oh.
it was actually Kevin that told me they were lighting buses on fire. He's like, hey, just making sure you're okay down there. You know, here they're burning buses. And I said, oh, yeah, man, thanks. I appreciate that. Like I knew what he was talking about. Didn't. So he told me they were burning
Shit is
buses.
happening all over. I know Juarez was having some really bad stuff. I mean, you know, Juarez is just like always terrible.
Which
But
one are you smoking?
Baja California was having some
take this one.
Really?
terrible stuff as well. I didn't know it was happening in
Yeah,
Guadalajara.
they picked up a cartel boss. And so to put pressure on the government, they started burning the buses.
Well, okay, yeah.
And cars.
I mean, makes sense.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, Kevo is are you a Mexican citizen? Are you dual citizen?
Dual, yeah.
Dual citizen. You're from right down the street from where Ale's from.
Yep.
Oh,
pretty
no,
much.
no. You're from Culiacan,
Well, it's Sinaloa, yeah.
Sinaloa.
Yeah, Guasave, Sinaloa.
So you're from
Oh, shit.
you're from the hot seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Let's-
getting worse, but
Let's talk cartels, shall we?
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
What's your take and what's your experience with cartels being from Sinaloa, which is, for those of you who may know, it is as aggressive of a place as it sounds.
Yeah, so I mean, at the beginning, it was not like that. Remember when I was in high school? So we knew, like, oh, you know what, like that guy is from like this family and everything. I was like, okay, cool. But the guy was like super easygoing. I mean, their family, and then I realized, I mean, they actually love my dad, and I was like, Dad, what's going on? I mean, what? Yeah. They're like, oh no, I'm the doctor of his mother and everything, and this and this and that. And I was like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, I realized he almost got murdered because he was doing a surgery and there was another doctor involved. And then I believe he left part of the medical equipment inside. So he got into a complication. Yeah, true story.
Wow.
So my dad was pressuring like, hey, I mean, TikTok, it's been an hour. We need to
Yeah.
close this later now.
What's up, Chris?
And then after that, I mean, they were like up to a point almost like shouting at him. And it was like, no, you know what? I mean, he's like a gynecologist. I mean, he does a great job. He's not the one. And they drove her to Guadalajara. That is like maybe an 8-hour drive. My dad, I mean, I was not there, but he said that they made it into a 5.5 in a Corvette.
They put a lady with medical instruments in her body.
Oh, no, I mean, with the other guy. No, the lady was in a helicopter.
Okay. Oh, so you're saying the doctor and your dad?
Yeah, and no, I mean, my dad, and then like the cousin or something. Like, no, you're coming with us. Like, you're coming with us.
The cartel member.
Yeah, and my dad was like, okay, I'm going to Guadalajara now. So
Yeah.
And-
You don't question that. I mean, you just go, right?
you just go.
Yeah.
And your dad did not get killed?
No,
That's
did
good.
not. Thank God.
That is good. How scary would that be? I mean, an 8-hour drive, knowing that your life's on the line, that he trims it to 5.5 on Mexican roads.
On Mexican roads.
Mexican
Potholes,
roads with a Corvette.
Yeah.
animals crossing roads. I mean,
Yeah. People.
The Baja 1000 is what he basically did
Yeah.
to save his life. The Baja 1000 in a Corvette.
Corvette, yeah.
You Mexicans just live like you want to die. I promise.
I'm telling you.
It's an impressive culture.
Well, it's
We survive.
yeah.
We've got a
Gotta
bunch
say.
of people coming in. Now, there's a name that you're not going to see tonight that's going to be in. Well, you could always see it tonight. But there's a name you're going to not see tonight that's a regular here, and that is Zach Patterson. Zach is from Hobbs, New Mexico. And all you folks that we say, man, get in your car, come on down to Frisco, come and hang out. Well, tonight is the night, and Zach is actually on the set right now.
Yeah.
What up,
And
Zach?
He's sitting in the house, and he's spectating his first Cigar Talk Live. Not sure I think he's scheduled some psychological help for tomorrow. See if he can unwind whatever
That's it.
happens to him
They're
tonight.
saying,
Yeah.
But
thank you, Kevin.
Sean is saying hi, and Chris Coulter is in, and Julie is in, and Larry is in, Wesley's in. All you guys, thank you for coming in and joining
Wesley
us tonight.
is going to be on the show in 2 weeks.
Nice.
It's going to be a good one. For everyone that's watching this, hit share. Let's rock and roll. So,
Next week we have James Creedon.
James Creedon is going to be a good one. This week we have Kevin Ochoa. Man, it's just so good to see you, you know?
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, guys.
Always.
After this, I believe it was the last time, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we were standing here last time at 8 o'clock going, I'm pretty sure Kevin's coming. I'm pretty sure Kevin's coming.
Why would he miss this?
No. Well, it turns out I didn't follow up. I'm not much of a follower-upper.
Yeah.
I just kind of like, you're in? Cool. And then
like minutes before.
Somebody
it's
remember
like,
Yeah, 2 weeks later, like, hey, are you here already? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
But he's here now. What's up, Marty?
Jim
Up to? What's up, Jim
Trader's
Trader?
in.
Josh.
Kevin Amick is in.
Does that make us more or less professional that we call out every name in the comments?
No, I think it's, you guys tell us, but I think it's just great that we acknowledge that you guys are taking your time coming in. We know we have LaGrange, Missouri covered up. We know we've now got Georgia covered up. We've got, of course, California covered up.
Right? Isn't that thing awesome?
So we got half of Mexico here right now.
Oh, no. The rest are
Speaking
still
of
in
half
Mexico.
of Mexico being in the United States, I heard a staggering
Let's
statistic.
not go this direction, shall we?
Just one.
All right, go ahead.
One number.
You get one number, and then we're moving on.
The amount of, as you call them, the real aliens.
The aliens, yeah.
The aliens that made it in equals the population
Yep.
of Los Angeles.
Okay.
And just the group that they classify as the gotaways equals the population of Seattle.
Well, what if they all just went to Seattle? That'd be better.
Then it would double the population of Seattle.
And Seattle probably a nicer,
better place.
And they're- yeah, it would be.
nicer
Oh, yeah.
people, the Mexicans,
Yes.
than the
Yes.
Seattleans,
Oh,
whatever they're
No
called.
doubt about it.
Definitely.
Goddamn
Speaking
hipsters.
of, I did a computer, whatever that stupid thing was that you had me watch today, the presentation thing. The guy was a sales, the touchpad, touchscreen kiosk thing. So I scheduled this call. The guy calls me at the scheduled time. Yo, hey, Dave. He's out of San Francisco. Yo, hey, man. What's going on? Hey, man, this is Bob, and I'm just gonna talk to you about this system. So, what the shit's going on, man?
What the shit's going
And
on?
I'm like, what are you talking about? What is this? And he's like, no, man, I want to talk. You sent in this thing. You wanted to see about this interaction stuff. I said, so is it interactive? Is it a touchpad? This is what we want to do. Nah, man, it doesn't do any of that stuff.
Oh,
I'm
that
like, well, it
ad,
says
man?
it does it on the website, on your website. Oh, yeah, we send you to a third-party company if you want touchscreen. All we do is we just pop up ads on the screen.
Oh, no.
I go, oh,
Yeah, okay.
well, that doesn't sound like it's going to work.
I'm out.
Well, dude, man, hey, so what do I got to do to make it work? I go, make it work? And he goes, oh, I guess sometimes, man, you just got to admit when you can't, fulfill somebody's needs. I said, well,
Sometimes that is admission of guilt,
That's-
and that's false advertising,
but
dickhead.
this dude
Exactly what that was,
he
yeah.
was a stoned surfer dude that called me out of San Francisco.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Unreal.
And I bet you he makes more money than you do.
do. I bet you his rent's higher too.
Oh, bet you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Good
Yeah.
comeback.
Right? I mean, those dirty little bastards out there are making serious cash to stay in a 1,000 square foot
Yeah.
little thing.
What's up, Josh?
I want to back up here to the Mexico thing
Oh, yeah.
because all of us have had experiences in Mexico. We all have shakedown stories in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Have you been shook down in Mexico?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yes. Okay.
It's a cool place, though, by the way, everyone. It's a really good place. But
It's cool.
Go ahead with the story now.
No, I don't want a story myself. Rodney Smith, what's happening? What's up, SSW? What's happening,
Hey,
family?
Josh I didn't realize Josh is a genius, but he said that the show I did Friday night was very
Yeah,
informative.
we're
We'll
moving
talk
to the Mexico stuff now.
Okay, shakedowns.
Shakedowns. Kevin, just talk about. I want to hear sketchy. I just want a sketchy Mexico story. You kicked it off with your dad having to be driven by a cartel member in a Corvette. 8 hours, they cut down to 5.5 hours to save somebody's life of the cartel, or they were going to kill your dad. Do you have anything that's comparable to that?
Get anything a little bit better?
Yeah, that was
I
good.
mean, we
but
all
we're
have
looking-
stories better than that
We're
one.
looking
so-
for your A game here,
yeah,
Kevo.
Yeah.
You don't
Let's
lead with
talk
the
about
money
the
beats.
Nebraska shakedowns. Dude changes your tire for you.
We got shook. Nebraskans got shook down in Mexico
Yeah, that happens.
before the wedding.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
Night before, Ale almost got arrested. We'll talk about that in
Yeah.
due time.
Yeah.
Do you have sketchy moments down there where you thought, oh boy, I better pay attention or shit's not going to go right?
Well, there was actually one time. So I was like really young and stupid. And then my... Hope she's not watching this.
That's how it
but-
starts.
She isn't. She isn't. No,
Okay.
Leslie's not watching.
Oh, no, that's the thing. It was not Leslie. But she's not.
Okay. Well, then Leslie.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll see.
We have hundreds, if not thousands, of people that watch us.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There-
no
there-
pressure. It's all right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was dating this girl. I mean, I was like I said, a little bit after high school, so we were in our maybe 20s tops, and then she was living actually in Riverside, California. Mm-hmm. And then,
Hear that,
but
Wayne?
she told me like I've noticed that Dad didn't know what he was, but I noticed he was not straight. Straight.
Good. All right.
And
What do you mean? Like he was a hairdresser, not straight? I mean, what are you saying?
Bad straight.
Oh, not that straight. I thought.
Yeah.
Because
No, like
in
bad,
the United States, straight also means not gay.
Hold it.
Oh yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Well, I thought we
You're
were I thought we were talking about gay Mexicans for a second,
No,
and now
I'm like-
because it was straight.
Like legal straight.
He's like he's not straight.
Yeah.
You with me?
like he's a shady guy.
No, like he's little
no, not
like the
like
loafers.
this is not.
Kevin
You
and
can't-
Shady.
Okay, shady. All right.
What do you mean
all
I
right.
can't say that?
Is that you can
This
say
is an
that?
equal opportunity offending show.
Well, the
And
thing
this
is,
is
he was
we
not
are here.
shady, but she told me like, okay, what did he do for a living? And she's like, well, I don't know, but I mean, I know it's not. It's not some legal stuff, and I was like, okay.
She
So
didn't say
I wanted
waste
to like keep
management.
asking and everything.
He's
But,
in waste management.
Import export.
yeah, but I mean, it was really strange because one day you will see like 3 cars from the dealership at her house, and then 2 weeks after she was the dad was selling all of the vehicles. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask. Okay,
No,
whatever.
don't ask, don't
he,
tell.
he likes to
He's a
drink a
hell of a
lot.
salesman.
Yeah. But there was a one time, so I was actually working in California and we were at Tijuana. So I don't know how we got into that part, but I mean, I needed to go back into Tijuana. And she said, you know what? My dad will pick you up. I mean, he can cross you the border. And I was like, how can I say respectfully, no, I'm good, but I do need a ride.
Yeah.
But so that was at a point I was like, I need to make a decision that might compromise my future. So I was like, okay, yes, can you take me to the border? But I'm doing that period of time. He was like a beat up Altima, like kind of old, and he was driving like crazy, like he was into something.
That's his border
What
crosser.
happened to the new vehicles? They're brand new.
No, raises
Yeah.
red flags.
Yeah, but I mean, from the U.S. to Tijuana, I was like, what about if someone stop us? And then the guy is like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I just have like I don't know, like this amount of kilos of marijuana
Yep,
or cocaine or something. And I'm like, and he said, oh, it's that guy. And then
Oh, you're
we're
right.
going
the
to
fall
jail.
guy.
Yep.
So like, I mean, to him, I'm not even his son-in-law. I'm just like a guy dating
Yep.
her daughter. And they're like, wait a second, I'm the guy dating the daughter. Oh crap, that's even.
You're the fall guy.
Yeah. So all the time I was like, start making like conversation out of conversation, but at the end of the day, I mean, it worked.
He took you to the fence. He pushed you through the hole, and here you are today. Congrats.
After 5 years in jail, no, just kidding.
The tunnel life isn't that bad.
No, not too
Yeah,
shabby.
get used to the tunnels. They got some nice lighting down there.
Not too shabby.
Yeah. So who else do we offend?
Adrian's been.
Oh, yeah.
No. You don't just. You're not supposed to just look for people to offend. I mean, you got Mexicans, gays, and gay Mexicans in one sentence.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
You
Adrian,
should have heard my conversation with Darren on the Polish cigar. Because you can't talk about a Polish cigar and not think of every Polish joke you've ever
yeah.
heard.
Boy, that was the shortest runway I've ever seen, says
Yeah.
the Polish airport airline pilot. Yeah, well, it goes that way.
Okay, so
have
let's
you been
talk
shooken
about
down?
your, let's see what you got.
I got a couple stories. The most interesting one, and it's somewhat far removed from me, but it was my uncle. I think it was my dad's uncle, Teofilo Borunda. He was the governor of Chihuahua at the time. I think this is late 60s. He was the governor. He received a package in the mail, opened it, and it was a bomb.
What?
He was assassinated.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can Google it. It's out there. Because of that, there's a park named after our family. Right as you drive into Juarez, there's a Borunda Park, and it's a big park, really popular. A lot of people go there and hang out and stuff. But Yeah, that's the major story for our family for sure.
Damn.
Yeah, I
It was
can't
nuts,
top
yeah.
an uncle getting blown up.
No.
That's a big one.
No.
That's a big one. All right. Well, I regret immediately asking any of these questions.
Well,
and our
we
viewers
had the situation at your wedding in Mexico, in Sayulita.
dirty bastards.
Let's hear that.
Dirty
Yeah.
bastards. Andrew was driving a golf cart. They claimed that Andrew hit the car.
Yep.
And they wanted to be paid off for the damage. They're showing us all of this dirty, rusted
Picture a Mexican van.
Oh,
Right? Got
Full.
it? Yep. Right it?
Full. And we're in the street, in the middle of the street, and the federales pull up, so they're all sitting in the back with their machine guns
Yeah.
and shit like that.
And they were cool.
They
Federales
were
were cool.
great. But I'm in the street, and I'm having Ale translate. So I'm yelling at the guy, and then said, "Tell him what I just said."
Yeah.
So then she's going off on him.
Make
and
sure
we're
to scream at him. Make sure to scream at him.
So
Oh, no.
it was.
I fell deeper in love with her that day.
But I'll tell you what.
She was shaking. She was ready to fight. I was
She
like,
was
oh,
ready
yes,
to go.
That's who I want for the rest of my life. I
Yeah.
can't wait to marry you tomorrow
Yeah.
if you're not arrested.
No, this was.
Which almost was a thing.
But when I knew things were going to go sideways was when the cops were coming over going, let's just give them 200. Was it 200 pesos or $200?
No, we had to give them $100.
$100.
But it went, first we had federales, which called in state.
Yeah. Those are
And,
expensive.
and then
Yeah.
they were cousins of transits. So the transitos come with like 1994 Nissan Surus.
Yeah.
And this thing comes buzzing. If you've ever seen Idiocracy, you know that just like it comes around the corner. It's got a dildo hanging off the back, and then it's got like some guy out there like wee woo doing the alarm. And they're like, "This is the guy we got to pay off." Oh, I'm taking all you out. We're all going to jail.
Yeah.
And hindsight, had we lived that again, I think the best thing was when the guy got out of his van, we take him out because we had the keys for this hotel. We just take him out in the middle of the street. We go into the hotel, lock the door, and everyone stays in their room. So if that ever happens in Sayulita and somebody's trying to swindle you, just knock them out and then go in the hotel.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I learned.
Yep.
They cannot go in. Yeah, that's a good story.
It works out. Oh man, I just fell in love with Ale. Just how she was shaking. She was in her white dress. It was incredible.
And I was throwing F-bombs like you wouldn't believe. You tell this mother, and I mean, I'm going at it. Tell him. And then so she just starts going, it's just, this dude is like getting it from both
Oh, it was
angles.
great. When they tried to get out of the van, the only thing I knew at that point, my Spanish was way worse than it is now, believe it or not. And the only thing I knew was cállate. And I was like, cállate, cabrón. Because he tried to open the door to get out, so I shut it on him. I was like, cállate, cabrón. I was like, oh, fuck, that was kind of Spanish. Oh, that was cool. I'm fucking local here, man.
There you go.
And what the best part about everything was the rest of the bridal party was at the hotel that it happened right out of that had a rooftop terrace. And they were just drinking margaritas, watching it all happen right below us. So they're yelling down to us, making it way worse. It was
We were there
incredible.
for hours because we weren't giving in.
No.
It would have been really easy to just give them the 100 and the ding would have been over with.
Yeah.
But there was the principle of it all.
Yeah.
They're over there showing me where the dents are at, and I'm like,
It was the only space that there was not a scratch on the car.
Yeah.
So
And it had rust. Any scratch had rust on it and all this other stuff. And I'm explaining it to the federales, and they're going, yeah, I understand. And then all of a sudden, well, there's another guy that's got to show up, and then another guy has to show up.
let me ask you this,
It's
Kevin.
crazy.
Because this is the way I feel right now.
Tell me how you feel right
I
now.
love Mexico when I'm not in Mexico. But when I'm in Mexico, unless I'm with friends, if I'm trying to be productive and trying to live a normal life, it is the most frustrating place to live. Just the sounds, when they walk by and they're selling the water, Carapod! And they're yelling out there. You got the trash guy who wears the cowbell. Like,
That is
just
incredible.
the noises.
And then the gas guy.
And you're trying to work. They all walk together. These guys, the same time every single day.
What you just said, there's a saying for it in Spanish. Corazón en Mexico, estómago en Estados Unidos. Basically, your heart is in Mexico, but your life now is here in the States.
Yep.
And that's. I mean,
But
common.
I'm immediately back and I'm like, that place is all right.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but like you said, once you're there, it's like there are so many things that are like, even small details like the lawn, or like how they take care of the streets and everything, like potholes all around and everything, and the traffic. It's unbelievable. If you think you have traffic, well, California they do have traffic, but like here in Texas, I mean, if you go to Guadalajara or Mexico City, oh, you're in for a treat.
We went to Bugambilias from Avenida Mexico. We looked from Ali's house to this other place was 4 miles. Guess how long that took to drive? 4 miles. 4 miles.
Hour.
52 minutes.
Insane.
4 miles.
Well, and when I've driven with you in Guadalajara, it's like you get to make up your own track. I mean, it's just like, next thing you know, you're driving down and you're flipping around, you're driving the other direction. None of it makes any sense.
Stop signs or
The city was not,
It's a suggestion.
yeah.
Yeah, anything yield, it's a suggestion.
Oh, yeah. Just, yeah. Simple
But it is, there are certain elements when you leave, you miss it. There are certain elements of the amount of food you can get at any time and the food that you immediately come back here and it's like, oh, I'm going to eat. I got like 6 places I can go between here and there. You got 60 there that are open till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Like tacos tepayac, tarascos.
That's the beauty of it. I mean, at any given time in the day, you'll get something good to eat. And in here, like, after midnight or 2 a.m., you just like, there's nothing.
9 o'clock around Frisco.
Yeah. I mean, Sean Ratz has a good idea, but guns are illegal in New Mexico, bro.
Yeah, you'll get 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years is what you get down there.
You'd be lucky to get that.
Yeah,
If you
that's
survive, yeah.
that's no good. Yeah.
I don't know if we want to take 1 second and say something about cigars, but what are you guys smoking?
I'm going Mil Diez.
Nice.
This is Luciano. This is Crown Heads. Excellent cigar. 2 distinctly different cigars. If you smoke it fast, it's an intense, full-bodied cigar. If you smoke it slow, it's creamy, it's elegant, it's beautiful. Mil Diez, the 1,000 Days, it is excellent. If you haven't smoked it, smoke it.
It is
Makes sense
super
because,
good.
we got some Mexicans here, and then we got
I have the German engineer,
Los Alemanes.
Autonom. Autonom.
Autonom.
That is a Chromsite.
No name.
It's the first time that I'm smoking this, but it's unbelievably good. Like it's like
good.
really smooth.
It's good.
Like nutty.
Yeah.
It's just like take you let him drive, and it'll get you there. It's unbelievable cigar.
Yeah.
I'm doing an RVGN from German Engineered Cigars.
Also,
Zulu
Zulu from Gran Habano. That's interesting. So Zulu, when I think Zulu, it's like African.
Yeah, and that's
Right.
what it's based around. It's there's actually a percentage of that goes towards a foundation that goes to help child soldiers. So it's a nonprofit that helps. I don't know if it's get them out of it. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if they give them guns. I don't really give a shit. But that cigar is excellent.
Either way, it's a great cigar.
Yeah.
Honestly, all
We're
4 of
selling-
these, yeah.
And that's George Rico's, who's the owner of Gran Habano. That's his personal blend, and we buy them all.
Zach
we get everything.
brings up a good
Comes
question. So all this Mexico talk, let's hear about this tequila on the table.
Okay.
Which one do you have there? You got
Corazon.
Corazon? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Corazon
solid.
Añejo. Yeah, solid.
That's what we're
tequila.
drinking now.
Yeah, that's what I poured.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Very
it's good.
agave forward, right?
Yep.
Código is a
It's George Strait right here,
Strait,
baby.
It's George Strait and like the second wealthiest guy in Mexico that decided they were going to do this tequila together. They also have Brett
Carlos
Hull,
Slim.
who is a famous hockey player, and some other people. A good friend of mine tried to buy into this company, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't need your money.
We're good.
Yeah, we don't need your money.
We've got plenty of money."
And then once we get through those, we're going to move to Caro, which is pechuga
just
mole.
shit fluid from Mexico.
That's,
mezcal.
oh, yeah. Elias
Yeah.
right now has his first touch of Montezuma's Revenge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, I had to wait until I was 23 till I shipped my pants to Mexico the first time. He gets it now. This is pechuga mole. This is a mezcal. So you're gonna watch us suffer here in a minute. So
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Hey, drop a question. Where do you want this conversation to go? Help us out and throw down a comment and a like and a share
got a
and
question
let us know
already.
where we're
Make
going.
sure you share
You
it.
got a comment
Yeah.
or you got a question?
Cellar Geek. She was just
Yeah, she was just here.
a couple of
Mags.
weeks ago.
Love
last
Maggie.
week.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite stick in the ICC humidor and why? At first, when I read this, I thought, "What's your favorite stick?" And we're like,
Least
we're
favorite
smoking,
stick
but
in
least
our
favorite
humidor.
Well, if it made it to the humidor, it's pretty good.
I think, but let's push that aside
Yeah.
and what is your least favorite? I could think, I don't know. I could probably find something.
But I think as well, I mean, at the part or the stage that you are in, I mean, it will change. So you might not like a stick right now. And then eventually, as you grow up into that, you're like, you know what, this stick is not that bad. And you kind of like, it grows on you. Mm-hmm. I heard that before.
There's a lot of the
you're
big,
right.
a lot of the
up,
big box
Captain?
brands, and we sell some of them because we have to sell them. I smoked the Cohiba Red Dot the other day,
It's so funny.
and I'm just
Why?
look. Well, it was a challenge, but here's the
we
thing.
need to get out of the humidor.
I was blinded by it. Look, the issue.
Come on, Nate.
It's a really good. It's actually a very good $8 cigar. The problem is it's $22. So
Gotcha. Okay, that
if
makes
anyone
sense.
wants to know what full page ads in every magazine and
Mm-hmm.
every airline magazine and every banner ad on every website in the industry, if you want to know what that costs,
Yeah.
it's an $8 cigar that sells for $22. It's unfortunate.
And it has that name, right?
It has the name.
It has the name.
But that Cohiba, Dominican Cohiba, tastes nothing like a Cohiba from Cuba. Nothing.
It's funny you say
Yeah.
that because the cigar, I don't know if we have it in the humidor now. We did the last time. I grabbed it from our humidor, and that's the Cohiba Serie M. That's actually made at El Titan.
It's made at El Titan.
And
That's
it's-
really good.
Well, it's really good, but it's $33.
It's $33.
And I don't think we still have it. I mean, we're talking out of
we
a territory.
do have it. It is very good. It reminds me of the La Plena Goldie, which is a great cigar.
Sure.
Cigar.
Also
It's
comes
a-
from El Titan. It's a beautiful cigar. But when you're standing on the same step as an Atabey, sorry, pal.
That's why, for me, that's probably my least favorite.
Just because of the
price point.
Yeah.
It's an overpriced cigar.
Yeah.
Well, Josh Dowling, that particular cigar you're mentioning is not sold here and would never be sold here.
Yeah, it's out of that particular cigar is Gurkha. That brand is. I mean, look, if they get it together and they change how their process,
If they just change everything.
if they change everything they are,
And change your name?
yep, and
No,
maybe they join with El Septimo. Maybe we shouldn't talk
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Maybe
you want to talk about a waste of time. But here's the thing.
No.
With Gurkha, we know the rep. We like the rep. His name's Ethan, and he came in and basically begged us to smoke it. And I told him, look, I'm 0 for 5 on getting past 1 inch in this cigar.
Yeah.
0 for 5. I smoke a ½ inch, 3/4 inch. Go, I can't do it. Put it down. So then he's like, I go get me the best cigar that they have. So he goes out in his trunk. He gets one. Of course, it's 98 degrees. And I get this cigar. And, it's that courtesy thing. It's going over to somebody's house and eating the food, and it might
And
not
the
be that
chicken
good.
tastes like wood.
And the chicken tastes like wood, and you
Yep.
just still do it. And then I get done. He's like, oh, you smoked the whole thing, so you're going to bring it in? I went, man, it was purely a courtesy. That is the worst cigar I've smoked.
Yeah.
And you told me that's the best. It was the 12th anniversary. So I think some people might like it, but that's one of the funniest stories here at ICC.
Larry,
is
thanks
they
for that
gave
and a
us-
free knife.
They gave us 2 of them.
Yeah.
I gave one to Jonathan Scott back here. And
One to Noah.
Jay Scott he's played left tackle in the league for 10 years, 6'10",
Yep.
freaking huge, right? But he's just a teddy bear. So he comes back and I'm walking in the back. He goes, "Excuse me, Dave." I go, yeah. He goes, "Did you have to pay for this?" I said, "No." And he goes, "You mind if I cut it open? Knock yourself out." So he cuts it open, and he smells the inside of the tobacco, and it smelled exactly like a hamster's cage. Oh. It was awful.
You know what? We gave the other cigar to Noah.
Yep.
And he said it tasted distinctly like a gym sock covered in piss.
Interesting that he knew
those combinations.
If you know Noah, Noah may have tried that. I mean, I could see Noah going.
He's a sock pisser.
He's a pisser.
He lives at Piss Pennington, so.
Oh, yeah, sock pissers. Yeah, the both of them.
Yeah.
They're just sitting there pissing inside.
But now, on the flip side of that, we did.
Could you picture it?
You guys just talking about Chris pissing out socks?
You're super dehydrated today.
Yeah.
Where did you get these tube socks, Chris? You got a lot of tube socks.
Yours or mine?
They're hanging out on the clothesline.
Piss, Chris.
Yeah. So, but on a serious note, a couple weeks ago we get back from the show and we tested 76 cigars over 2 nights.
What?
There are,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, just in. There's a lot of bad cigars on the market.
Yeah.
I mean, we had some cigars. One night we had 11 people around the table. One night we had 10. And there were cigars that didn't get like a thumbs up. It got a thumbs down. Yeah. I mean, people were aggressive on some of those. There were some bad cigars.
I was pissed.
There's some that you're upset because it wasted your time.
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Frakes.
Dave.
Call him Mr. Frakes.
He's Mr. Newsbomb
It's
to
Mr.
you.
Newsbomb.
Have you seen The Jerk yet?
No.
Come over on Thursday. Thursday night, we're watching The Jerk at the house.
Okay.
You in?
It's the greatest movie
Okay,
ever.
good. Yeah, okay, good.
Okay.
So Thursday night, okay, so if we have him next week. Otra vez.
Yeah.
No, she's not here.
Oh, she's gone?
No, but she gets back Friday. So Thursday night, we're watching The Jerk.
Yeah.
It's in your schedule now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Leslie.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, my question. So, that being said, what is the cigar that surprised you the most? That you were not expecting anything from it, and you were like, wow.
Super easy. And it was a line that received 21 thumbs up. Yep. And it was Toscano. This is the little flavored one right here.
Sure, fire that shit up.
But
Have you tried
Toscano,
this? No. Fire that up at the same time.
Toscano is Italian. The tobacco is they use Kentucky.
Macchiato.
Yeah. They use Kentucky fire cured tobacco. There's a major thumbs up there.
Ooh,
the cigars are extremely rustic.
There should be some fire. Just pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side, yeah?
So the cigar is extremely rustic. They water ferment these cigars, so they don't need humidification. The longer cigars are like a Lancero, but they get a little fatter in the middle, and they blend to the center. So if you don't have the time to smoke the long cigar, you can cut it right down the middle, and then you have 2 cigars that are identical. Yeah. And they're fun. This particular cigar, they actually put brown sugar inside of one of the leaves.
In a filler.
In the filler.
Like creme brulee.
Very much. And they have one that's a niece that I've fallen in love with. That is...
He's a goddamn serial killer. He likes black licorice.
No. Black licorice, yeah.
Gross. Do you like black licorice? You like anise?
No.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
That's my thing.
See? Yeah, grab some...
Anybody that doesn't like good
car show is this Saturday, Sean Ratz.
Commie. I said it.
Sean Ratz, bring your 928. I'll bring mine.
So...
I don't know if Kathleen's still on, but I'm smoking this in the morning.
In the house?
In the fucking house, bro.
It is so
I got
good.
on my. Oh man, I'm hoping Ali's not watching this right now. Ali's not watching this.
No,
she's putting the kids down.
Dude.
I've got on my Go Local call. You know the Harley shirt with the saying on the back?
Yeah.
I fire it up in the morning. I'm in the house. I'm smoking a cigar in the office.
That one? Or just a cigar?
No, Principal. Or no, a Patoro Terre Blanche.
Yeah.
And like, what are you doing, bud? And I was like, if you can smell this cigar, it's because the bitch ain't here. Don't tell my wife I said that. Please don't tell my wife I said that.
That never happened.
No, so
is
to answer the question, that cigar they have their longer cigars look like something that Clint Eastwood would smoke in an old Western.
Yeah,
They do. I'm not kidding you.
It might
when
be.
you look at it, you're going, "This is a joke. This has
so
got to be a joke."
That's exactly what
It's just and it's cut on both ends. You can take them, leave them in the console of your car, fire them up, if you light the cigar and you smoke half of it and you leave it out on your porch and you come out the next morning, you fire it up, you're good to go.
Yep. Wow. That is a surprising cigar. That's a good question too.
Bonjour, JD.
Bonjour.
Got JD Morris.
What's happening, everybody? Thank you for joining us.
Texas.
This is Cigar Talk Live. For those of you who are just joining in, thank you for taking your time to join us. Also, this is an interactive show, so if you want to take us a different direction, you can ask a good enough question, and we will take off running with it.
We will.
And we will have some fun.
If you guys have questions, it's like we're passing a joint around.
You know why I like this, too? It's like
exactly like that.
This group feels really good. So, it feels like, let's take off running with anything. Someone throw out a question. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you kind of got to get to know. You got to run through the process. No, we're in it.
You know, it is kind of interesting because how old are you?
36.
36. So 80s, 90s are still relevant. I'm curious of what we talk about: famous movies, favorite movies, things like that. So let's talk. We'll talk. Let's talk 90s. What is your guys', what's a favorite movie from the 90s? And I'm curious how that syncs up with somebody that grew up in Mexico. Because they may be seeing Jaws for the first time right now.
But he's a goddamn anchor baby. His name is Jonathan Kevin Ochoa.
Yeah.
Anchor baby. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was before it was cool.
Yeah.
This guy speaks 100% fluent in both languages. 100% fluent. Oh, that's bullshit. Oh. No. Yeah, I'm just so incredibly
impressed. Great movie of the 90s.
90s. Most memorable.
Friday. Was that in Fridays?
That had to have been mid-90s,
That
right?
had to be in the 90s.
Friday? I'm going Jurassic Park. 1994.
Jurassic Park.
That's
good call.
Happy Gilmore, Frank Tomaszewski. Nice.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's good. Billy Madison.
Madison.
Of course, I'm Googling just to make sure so I can, check the time frame.
What's yours?
The Crow.
The Crow.
Brandon Lee.
Oh,
don't know it.
Didn't he die in that?
What?
Yes.
Get out of here. Really? The Crow?
Bruce Lee's son.
Okay.
The Crow.
He died in that movie.
You got to watch that shit.
Did he get a blank to the head?
He died in that movie.
Didn't somebody fire off a blank and shot him in the head?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm familiar with that, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. Oh, you got to watch it.
Okay.
For me, I believe it was Independence Day.
All right.
Was that in the 90s?
When the fat lady sings. That probably was, I would guess that was like 1998. That's what I would guess.
Yeah, Will Smith, it was his peak.
Josh, get another 928. Get another 928, please. We will be moving to cars here momentarily.
Oh, yes, please.
All right, so that's 90s Pops. What's yours? You're not going with Friday. Of all the 90s movies?
No, let's see.
My backup would be Hook.
96.
96.
Hook was great. Hook was great.
Oh, yes.
I mean, everything I saw in the
Trading
90s was
Places.
taking you little shits to the movie.
Trading Places. That was 80s, though, right?
That had to be.
Mid to late 80s?
Yeah, easily
that was
mid-80s.
Mid-80s, right?
Yeah.
84?
80s have some really good movies as well.
What's amazing is how much technology, how many movies are surrounded by social media and phones and people using their phones. But when you go back and look at those, if you go back and watch Seinfeld. The car phone wasn't part of their show, and they referred to it as the car phone.
Yeah.
And they had to check their messages, and they had to listen to the tape, and all that stuff. So that old technology.
When Kramer was movie phone, why don't you just tell me the movie you want to watch?
Exactly.
That's
classic.
Absolute classic. 1983 was Trading Places. Good try, though, Larry Adams.
Boys in the Hood.
Love you.
Early.
Boys in the Hood. Is that yours?
91. It's another one.
Is that what you're
I'm just scrolling. Yeah.
Bad Boys OG.
Yes.
Bad Boys was awesome.
Boys.
If we want to talk just best sequels, Bad Boys 2, I think, is on the list of maybe the best sequel ever.
I agree. Totally
Bad
agree.
Boys 2?
Hands down.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I think the best sequel is Top Gun.
Haven't seen it, don't talk about it.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah, no
And
spoilers.
it has taken over Titanic.
Because you haven't had time.
in sales.
You don't want to see it.
Bitch, I got kids.
I know.
Not right now.
No, I do want to see it.
Okay.
Like nothing else. That and 1917. I want to watch both of those movies.
But you're right. So especially because of the amount of time that passed in between, and they still, no spoilers, I promise. All of the they pay honor to the original movie in so many ways that you're like, oh yeah, they made it.
Yep, I definitely.
And I had to. My wife had to watch it the night before because she never saw it. So I'm glad that we watched it the night before, but then I still didn't put two and two together that the girl that he was with in the second one was one that he talked about in the first one. Mm-hmm. So it was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the general's daughter.
The general's daughter. He talked about it in the first one. How
just when he's in the bar talking about it.
Yeah. He got in trouble with the general's daughter, and that was her. In the second movie.
The Fifth Element. Well done, Sean Rats.
Good.
Oh, man. Multi-pass?
Multi-pass.
And so Chris Tucker was killer in that movie. He was. Chris Tucker in that opera scene is the rhythm that she had in that opera scene. That was just,
Fifth Element.
The Fifth Element. That is, you win movie. Right now, Sean Rats. Pretty Woman. All right, Julie, but Sean Rats is still beating you.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump.
Larry Adams. Larry Adams coming in with a notebook.
Dude,
no, he isn't.
He's not, but
no, he
would have. I'm just making shit up now. If Larry's going to throw this Gurkha stuff into the thing, I'm going to just...
Silence of the Lambs, 91.
Very good movie.
Oh, that's fantastic movie.
All right.
Very good.
All right.
Yeah.
There's quite a few.
Silence of the Lambs is good.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked 80s movies, but I don't
what about The Green Mile? When was that?
That had to have been in the 90s. Maybe early 2000s. The Green Mile.
That was good.
Every time I hear Green Mile, I've never even seen the movie, but I like it because you met the
I met the guy.
Because you met the guy at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
Like that. I just have ultimate.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Was you at the Playboy's Mansion?
I just went up to here on his list.
Dude, watch how quick. Hey, will you show him footage from the time this right now?
Are you kidding me right
watch
now?
how quick he has a Playboy Mansion footage.
I got to just go to my favorites.
Yeah. He was Sanderson's a gentleman who created the Batmobile, the original Batmobile.
No, it wasn't Sanderson. It was
Michael Keaton ones?
George Barris.
George Barris. I'm sorry. George Barris created it. Well, they were going to release this new Challenger when the Challenger came out, and Pops went there for this release party. So Pops was invited to go to the Playboy Mansion. Mm-hmm. And that is just like ultimate bar stories. Like, yeah, well, my dad's cooler than yours. Well,
yeah.
All right.
Playboy's Mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. I'll find
The
pictures.
Sandlot? Damn, Josh, that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Julie, great mention.
Legends of the Fall?
The Sixth Sense.
Oh.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
That was a groundbreaker, too.
Mm-hmm. Hunt for Red October. Yeah, there's some good movies coming in.
When
Keep
was
them coming.
Saving Private Ryan?
I think that was probably
early 90s.
I would guess that's early 2000s.
Really?
Or was it 90s?
I think it was the 90s.
That is an incredible film.
Which one?
Saving Private Ryan. I'm guessing that's like 02 range.
98.
Really?
Yeah.
That holds up like nothing else. That is an incredible movie. Oh yeah, the intensity of that.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, Swing.
92.
Shawshank Redemption, Interview with the Vampire. I didn't see that one. I missed that one. Tombstone.
You know, Legends of the Fall. Have you seen Legends of the Fall?
No.
Oh, that's a great movie. It's
Really?
with Brad Pitt and help me out with. I mean, I cannot remember like the cast, but it was like great movie.
Yeah.
I believe that's actually the movie that actually put Brad Pitt in the spot.
Really?
Like, really up top. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
For me, Fight Club did it.
Fight Club, yeah.
Fight Club would have been the one. The soundtrack for Fight Club was something I always, because that's when I first started driving. You hear like the soundtrack. It's kind of cool, and so I was always bumping that with my subs that I had there in my 1995 Chrysler Concorde.
Subs or sub?
Don't laugh like that. It was my great grandfather. He came through D-Day. Well, Omaha Beach, but regardless.
Something About Mary.
Yes.
Oh, that's
98.
a fantastic one. That's a really good one.
98.
That was Cameron Diaz in her prime.
Oh, yeah.
That was prime time right there.
It's really sad how she aged, though.
Did she age poorly?
Yeah.
Did she?
I mean, like the latest movies were not that good.
We're going away for a second. We're going to look up Cameron Diaz.
Wedding Singer, 98.
That holds
You
up
know what?
well.
It was like all these good movies towards Jumanji. Is that another one? Yeah.
Oh man, this is a segment of the show where we just rattle off different names. So this is Cameron Diaz looks good.
No.
I mean, maybe she's not in her prime, but still. I mean, how old is Cameron Diaz?
But I mean, there's like
50s?
All right,
She's got to be in her 50s.
1972. Oh, she's 50.
Yeah.
She looks good at 50.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd take
I
that.
don't think so. No, it's
Oh yeah, but you're from Guadalajara.
Oh, because he's thinking.
Yeah, I was at the
He's thinking Latina. Yeah, he's thinking
what's,
Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek.
oh
But in her prime,
wow.
see how quick that was? That was like 2 minutes. This dude's got footage of Playboy
But
Mansion.
still, it was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Diaz
they
was
had a
hot as hell.
lingerie show that night.
No, so let me
Had
ask
to
you
deal
this:
with that.
Oh, dude. The Matrix.
who do you think is the actress? Matrix is 2000s.
99.
No way, really?
The original Matrix, 99.
They don't make them like they used to.
But that's the thing.
No, where are you going? I like where you're
Are you
going.
a Star Wars nerd?
Not a nerd, but I like Star Wars.
Okay.
This dude, him and Busy sat and talked comic movies on 4th of July in my backyard. I was checked the fuck out of that conversation.
Is
remember having
is
them
there
at-
a movie series that everybody loved that you haven't seen? Like I've never seen Games of Thrones or
Same.
Game of Thrones.
Same.
Yeah,
I've never
bizarre.
seen who's the nerds with the rings?
Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings.
Lord of the
Rings.
Rings. Yeah, it's in the fucking name.
What's that Lord with the rings?
What's the Lord?
Something about a ring.
It's a ring or something.
I've never seen any. I haven't seen 1 minute of those.
Selma Hayek is still in her prime. Yes,
Yes,
you're right.
There she is. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Latinas, they just age better. Mm-hmm. They just age better. It's unbelievable. This is my second segment of hopefully Ali doesn't watch it. But I joined Move Well in Urbania, Avenida Mexico. There's a little gym there, so I went in there. You just understand that American women age different than tapatillas. Because when you're in there, you're thinking, yeah,
What about Cher?
how is Cher aging?
Cher's about 76. I think she's got a walker, but she's probably still wearing a thong.
Almost 55.
Yeah, still
Yeah,
in her prime.
she looks good for 55.
Yeah. You had a good question that I felt like was going to be on topic for this.
Well, not on top, but like, who do you think is the actress that is like maybe 50s or like age well that is still hot?
Shakira. I know she's not an actress. Doesn't matter to me. Shakira.
Like late 40s, though. I think.
Still.
Well, somebody tell me
she
how
looks
old
like one
Shakira
good,
is. That's
I think
the
Salma
go-to.
Hayek, and who's the chick on Modern
Yeah.
Family?
Oh,
Sophia
Latina.
Vergara.
Sofia Ligera.
Yep.
Look, whatever her
Better
name
got
is.
it.
Yeah.
J-Lo.
J-Lo
she's
looks
ageless. Shakira's she's still a 10.
good. Yeah.
How old is Sophia?
None of them are redheads.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, there's a movie from Nicolas Cage.
She's 50.
What is
Who's
the name
that?
of that movie?
Sophia.
How old is Shakira?
Where he
Who?
he's a, like maybe you know Mr. Frakes.
Stop calling me Mr. Frakes.
Yeah, I look at both of you.
So there's a movie with Nicolas Cage.
Call him Mr. Newsbaum.
Yeah.
Mr. Newsbaum.
Call me Mr. Newsbaum.
77. She's in her
Yeah.
40s, but she's
So,
ageless.
Nicolas Cage, and he's like a really successful businessman and everything. Something happened. He's driving a Ferrari, and then he wakes up, and he has like a family and driving like a minivan. What is the name of that movie? You know what I'm,
I'm not
talking
going to get
about?
it. Somebody's going to help us out. Somebody's going to help us out.
Gone in 60 Seconds?
No, that is Angelina
there's a
Jolie.
Ferrari.
And that's
Yeah,
Okay,
Angelina Jolie.
so what's the movie with Will Ferrell and Wahlberg?
Yes, Ava Longoria.
Ava,
The good, the
no,
other
that,
guys.
is that Ava Longoria that's in there?
Ava
That's
Mendes.
his wife?
Ava Mendes.
Ava Mendes.
Yeah.
That's the wife, yeah.
Yeah. Josh, thank you. Appreciate you. Shakira is the
Is
standard.
she the same one with Will Smith in that one movie?
Yes, Hitch.
So
Yes.
I like her in that movie, and Kathleen's like, she's gross. I'm like,
Yeah, she's gross, sweetheart. Yeah, you're way
Yeah.
better.
You're right.
That's a
Kathleen.
good point,
She's
Kathleen.
gross.
She's gross.
Yeah.
Nasty. So
I
is
think,
Shakira.
I think we might want to just divert real
Let's go ahead and
quick.
pivot. I've got a good question for us to pivot and
What's
keep
the car
us all
code?
married.
We're on cars. We're talking about Ferraris.
Talking Ferraris,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
This is on the other side.
Yep.
Because I was driving here today, and I was so insanely offended by a car. From the color to the 8-inch wheels to 8-inch tires, right? 8 width. They were like 235s probably
Okay.
on a sports car. So let me just toss this out before I just give you my answer.
Yeah.
What is the most upsetting vehicle? And I'm not talking like Pacer. I'm not talking, old stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
What is the most upsetting vehicle that when you see it on the road, you just want to ram them into the wall and you know that everyone's going to back you up? I mean, there is a clear answer when I say it. You'll say, yeah, you're right.
No, mine isn't as much a car as it
Josh,
is.
that's coming next.
As it is the cars with the fart cans on them. That horrible exhaust that they're putting on the 300 ZX
Or even the 4-cylinder.
But if
Frank
I'll tell you what,
Tomaszewski.
Ford Mustang, anybody that drives a 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder Ford Mustang,
I know where you live, Frank.
Yeah.
those guys that dump the clutch or put it in neutral under the bridge and stomp on it.
Or keep it in first gear,
Oh
low
my
gear.
God, I just want to murder those guys.
Yep, those guys are bad. Okay, that's the racers in their American-made racers. Okay, that is upsetting. Where are you guys at? The most upsetting vehicles?
For me, the ones that have like the testicles on the back.
The pickup trucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
I
that
mean, I
in a
haven't
long
seen
time.
it in a while.
Yeah, there hadn't been a lot of
It's valid.
hadn't been a lot of nut sacks hanging around on the trucks lately.
It is valid though.
For a while though, when those came out, I was like, why don't they have,
Vaginas for Priuses?
dude, or just like hanging from a truck? Because there's
Or for
women
rich
that-
lines.
I mean, no. I mean, women drive those big ass trucks too. You see a big ass F-350 pull up, and a little petite girl comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And why not have a hanging?
The backfiring. Yes,
Vagina.
Marty. Yeah, that's
Back,
good.
right?
What's the most?
That's a $1,000 idea right there.
what? Yeah,
You
I
should
mean
do
that's
that.
multi-$1,000.
Yeah, at least.
Lifted bug. I could be okay with that if they're going to use it and beat the piss out of it.
Yeah.
Like those, they've got those old 911s that are all rallied, that are lifted,
Those are cool
like
as shit,
30-inch
but-
tires. Those things are badass.
Yeah.
Actually, the bugs on sand, they drive fantastic. I've
Hell
seen
yeah.
those, and they're like,
Yeah, Uncle
dunes.
Steve raced. I
Yeah.
think Uncle Steve raced Dune buggies.
Yep.
That was a
interesting
Volkswagen.
fact
model.
about the bugs. They have like it's not a flat bed, but I mean they're like flat on like all the way on the bottom. So if there's like a lot of water or anything, they'll actually float.
Aquaplane. Yeah. Yep. What's the most upsetting vehicle? Because the correct answer is coming soon.
Let's see if we're getting any. Honda Ridgeline. Yeah, I can see
mean,
that.
yeah.
Shut your mouth.
A lot of gays.
So the opposite of the 4-cylinder with the fart cans is the V8 Mustangs
Yes.
with like the super,
Oh, it's terrible.
backfire, just super loud, annoying.
It's not a good sound.
Terrible.
That's worse. Now I think it's worse than the fart cans of the 4-cylinders.
I'm with you.
Which sound like a trombone. You seen that video? Like someone uses a trombone, and it sounds just like this 4-cylinder car.
Have you seen the guy with Tourette's? Who's like, and then they show a B. He's like,
Yeah.
So we're making fun of the Tourette's now, and you're
you took the gay Mexicans first. I'm taking the
let's
Tourette's.
get back to the gays for a
All
second.
right, there is a correct answer to the most upsetting vehicle known to mankind.
All right.
It is currently on the road. I saw it today, and I just wanted to spin it out. I wanted to pit maneuver it and just unload an entire magazine on this fella. It was a mustard yellow, brand new
Yep.
Mustang Mach-E.
The battery-powered Mustang.
I've not seen that color.
The electric
Yeah.
Mach-E.
They had a lot of balls calling that a Mustang.
They had a lot of balls making that car.
Yeah.
That is an upsetting vehicle. It's like 8-inch tires.
Yeah.
It is the worst thing on the road.
That
It's the
battery
worst thing on the
powered.
road.
There was that battery powered BMW that was like a
The i8.
The
i8,
which-
not the i8. They had a little
the
crossover
e-tron.
one,
i3.
The E-
Was that
I-
and that
i3?
looked like it had like bicycle tires on it.
I'll
probably
take that.
i3.
I'll take that. I'll take it. You think you're being environmental? Well,
Yeah.
you're
Whatever.
an idiot.
Yeah.
But at least, you've got some BMW. This is American made. And How dare you? You go from the Mach 1 to the Mach E, and it's going to look like this?
My issue with
Talking
that
about
car
disrespecting a
is
name.
Disrespectful.
You give it the Mustang name. I was with my father-in-law, 80, just turned 89. We're sitting in traffic, and I said, "That's a new Mustang right there." He's like, "Where?" I said, "That SUV-looking small thing. That's a Mustang."
That's the one.
He's like, "Why?" And I said,
Exactly. That's the million dollar question.
It's electric, and for whatever reason, they gave it the Mustang name, and they put Mach and the E.
But you know,
He didn't say anything. He's like, I can tell he was
No,
frustrated.
no. He's from a better generation than us.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, he saw the 65 when it came out. The 64 and a half was technically the first year.
He was there when Carroll Shelby was beating the shit out of an engine bay. When you got to the 429 and you could actually see the sledgehammer marks in the engine bay to make space for the 429 Cobra. That Cobra Jet motor that sat inside of that.
Yeah, Boss
That
9,
is
they
the-
did that. Yeah, the Boss 9, they did
Unbelievable.
that.
Pop said it when Kathleen and I got married. He gave us his Mustang Fastback 64 and a half, 289, 3-speed.
Convertible or hardtop?
It was a hardtop,
Yeah.
green. It was whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
that
Yeah.
green
That's
was
when it
back
was
then.
British Racing Green. Yep.
Kathleen hated it. I drove the shit out of it. I love that car. 3-speed, no AC.
Was
no,
it on the
no
tree?
power steering.
Or was it?
No, it was on the
here.
floor.
Okay.
But she hated driving it. But if we talk about it now, and she's still watching, she hates that we sold it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Ratz comes in. Maki is like a Gurkha. It tries to be.
It's the Gurkha.
It
of
tries
cars.
really hard to be what it wants to be. It just can't be. That's a guy that knows cars.
And it's
That
great
is.
marketing.
It's
If you think about
bullshit
it,
marketing.
It's Ford, right? And their marketing, and it's
Corrupt
it's a Gurkha.
marketing.
It's a Gurkha.
It's corrupt
Yeah.
marketing. The new Bronco 1, I think everyone who bought the Bronco 1 based on the renderings is driving around looking at the actual new Bronco
Yeah,
going, what the
whoops.
fuck did I
What
just buy?
happened?
Those
I
of
got
us that are
swindled.
Rover drivers, we thought we were going to get a Bronco look, but with the Defender that came out, it's not what we wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, the
The look is
Discovery
great.
the Discovery's got that old school look to
Discovery's
it.
great. My sister
does.
bought, and she's not listening, she's not watching, but I drove her Bronco. She got the bigger Bronco, not the Sport. It was a rough drive. It wasn't like I told Kathleen. She didn't ride with me, but I rode it, and just on the regular street, I was like, my Rover on off-road mode in the deepest ruts is smoother in driving.
Wow, they're
Yeah,
just driving
and
the
a lot of
Bronco.
people
Yeah.
that drive, there's a new Bronco in our neighborhood.
Wow.
And it's just the people that are driving are kind of like, I got one and you don't. They just have that, like, I'm so hip, I have a new Bronco.
Then you should have got a 78 Bronco.
And do it right.
And just do it right, like
Yeah.
Daniel Himmel.
Yeah.
Have you seen Himmel's
Oh,
new
yeah.
one?
I
This is
saw that and I
awesome.
was like, yeah, that's
Hell
what
yes,
you do.
that's
Yes.
respect. And I
Yeah.
don't know. I think he kept the flames on it too.
I saw, when I was at the golf course the other day, OJ's Bronco drove by.
The white one?
That was awesome.
That one, yeah, I mean, attached to a killer though. That would, I wonder if that hurts the value or helps it.
He said that it bothers him when he's in Los Angeles because he doesn't know if he's sitting next to the guy that actually did it. That's an actual OJ quote.
He's driving
No
slow.
way.
Yeah.
I just don't, I could be sitting next to the guy that did it.
No way. From the guy who wrote the book, If I Did It.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well-
help us, please. Just ask a question to get us moving the other direction here.
In the meantime, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sure, sure.
No, Mr. Franks. Is
If you don't
Mr.
call me Mr.
Nussbaum.
Nussbaum,
Will you just say this for me,
we
please?
haven't had a
Will
fight
you say,
break out.
Mr. Nussbaum?
Mr. Newsbump.
Perfect.
You should see his Texas accent.
Yeah?
It's unbelievable.
No, it's really bad.
It's you know what I've noticed is all Mexicans when they do the Southern accent, you use your jaw a lot. Yeah, right there. Instead of just
Hi-yo.
letting it roll
Hi-yo.
on out of your mouth.
That's Hollywood right there. Yeah.
So how would you say like, hey, will you pass me the maple syrup? But like with the Texas accent, how would you do that?
Y'all.
Hey, will you pass me the maple syrup?
Oh, Jesus Christ. He
Jesus.
sounds
Not even
like,
close, I'm
he sounds
sorry,
like
yeah.
a CPA.
Oh, for those of you who join us, this is Cigar Talk Live.
Yeah.
And Kevin Ochoa does have a good question for Mr. Nussbaum.
He's their news mom.
No, it was not that question, but I mean, going back into the subject until we got a new question, a more interesting question. Talking about like
Good
movies.
luck.
Have you seen Ford versus Ferrari?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
awesome.
Great movie.
What? Awful?
No.
It was great.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was great.
Excellent flick.
I
Tell
mean,
me that doesn't make you hate Ford even more than what we're hating on Ford right now.
Exactly my point.
It makes you.
Exactly.
It makes you respect that entrepreneurial spirit that Carroll Shelby had, because he was not taking no for an answer, and just crazy.
Time to move to Mezcal.
Here we go.
What are you doing over there? Don't you understand?
You
Cigar
understand
Talk
this is a
Live?
drinking show,
Yeah,
right?
I'm drinking for both of us.
Well, let's chug that one so I can drink that.
Yes, this is Jesus H.
That is-
Jesus Cristo over here.
Yeah, Jesus Cristo.
Jesus.
I don't know about that.
Okay, Sean Ratz does have a question.
Might be a quick show.
I will tell you what, Sean Ratz, I have faith for those of you. Marty Upton coming in with a new big 3. Sean Ratz does have a good question. Thank you guys for helping us steer this.
Yeah.
I will say this dude can cook. I have faith. How do you take your steak?
Okay. In my mouth.
Sounds like prison rules there.
How do you cook your steak when you cook it?
Like,
How would you order one at a steak
okay, yeah,
restaurant?
that one.
Yeah.
In the States.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a valid point.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I think like medium rare.
I'm not
Okay.
Amen. See,
Good.
that's it.
That's right.
That's it.
You're
Good.
right. Yeah.
Okay, you passed. You
I-
passed. There's one answer.
So here's my most recent steak story is my wife's niece and her husband came in.
Yeah.
And
From
spent a
Albania?
couple from Albania, and they came in and she was explaining to her husband, I can't pronounce his name, but I'm going to call him Peter. So Pete,
but how would you actually say his name?
it's like Privy or something. It's
Privy?
out there.
That's
It's
pretty
something.
Albanian. That seems
So-
like it's okay to beat your
So
wife.
she explains the Brazilian steakhouse concept to him. Now, he hadn't been to a movie theater. You know, he as I talked to this guy, he grew up just like eating dirt. I mean, this guy
Shitting
grew
in
up
holes?
shit. I mean, it was bad.
Wiping with his left hand.
Yeah. So anyway, we take him to this Brazilian steakhouse, and all I heard was, "Oh, I love meat. I'm gonna eat meat. I'm gonna eat all this meat." And
That's what she
so
said.
they carve like 2 little strips of what looked like bacon, but of course it wasn't bacon. They carve it off, and he eats that.
His people don't eat
I'm
bacon.
full.
I'm full.
What the fuck are you full of?
Bitch, this is $74 a person.
I'm telling
all
you,
you can
that's
fucking
exactly what it was. And so then his wife, she goes, I'm just waiting for the filet mignon. So they bring the filet, and she's like, oh, but I need it well done. So they took it in the kitchen and ruined it,
No, they
and then
didn't.
brought it back. And then she eats one little piece. She's like, I'm full. I'm like, bitch, you better start eating.
You better
them
start
how-
eating. You are not welcome back here.
No.
They hit the
Oh, no. I'm like, the green button means keep on eating, keep on going.
Did
She's
they
like,
hit the salad bar before?
yeah, but I mean,
I've done
that wasn't
don't do that.
That wasn't an
I've
issue.
done that.
You don't do that.
I know.
That's just there so they don't have to put the money into the
get it.
steak.
Yeah.
I get
No.
Rookie mistake.
No. Oh, okay. Good. Sean Ratz, keep the questions coming. New question.
I haven't tasted this.
Good
well,
luck.
he's still on his goddamn añejo here. He hasn't
I
even
know.
touched any Rosita over there.
I don't like
I
this.
think next question that determines character traits: F1 or NASCAR?
He's from Guadalajara. His family's in Guadalajara, which is where Checo's from. So that should tell you everything.
Pretty much.
F1.
He's the reason I have Red Bull gear, and I don't want Red Bull gear.
But you do.
I know. But I did create my own Haas gear.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He hasn't seen my shirt.
That's drinkable
My house
mezcal.
shirt.
Is it?
That is
it
drinkable
drinks
mezcal.
better than it smells.
It doesn't
You're
smell
on whatever that is doing.
F1
Well,
Checo.
you know what that means.
So Maggie's checking in. She's a big Checo fan. Check in.
Check-in para los compas.
Para los compas. What do you need to know? You need to watch Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive.
And then stay here and then be here for August 26th for Spa. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, F1 is...
Spa is in Belgium. It is the track that is my bucket list to drive. It is Al Rouge. So it's a track in Belgium.
Yep.
And it has a turn called Al Rouge. And it's a 5th gear pin turn. And what you do is you have to go left hand. It's a chicane, an uphill full throttle chicane to a blind straight. So you have to set it up and be full throttle, full commit. And you go up this massive hill completely blind, and you just have to know where you're at. And there have been many people die on this turn.
Lots.
Many people die. But it is unbelievable. And then you just wide open down about a mile straight down the back.
When is that race?
That race is August 26th.
I believe it's 26.
26th. Come up here for F1. Are you coming? Bitch, you haven't been to a paddock race yet?
I've not
No,
either.
you haven't invited me yet.
I have a special shirt. Like
Okay.
Super special. Yeah.
Okay, good. So you're coming on the 26th?
26.
Good. That is...
Magnolia tossed out Lethal Weapon, bitches.
Oh, Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, like an hour ago.
You're late. You're late. Yeah. Yeah. Go and tell Preston you're late.
Yeah.
Sorry, Meg.
But keep the questions coming. Yeah. F1 is just...
F1 is awesome.
It's the best.
Especially the technicality behind all of that, the strategy. Like Ferrari has like a really good engine,
But the worst strategist...
Yeah. So it's not only the car and the driver, but the people behind it.
Yep.
So Terry Tompkins went on vacation this last week in the mountains in Colorado and binge watched all 4 seasons of Drive to Survive.
That's a
So
good
he
start.
comes in and he's asking me all these questions. So why did this happen? And so why is this guy driving for this team and all this other stuff? So F1 is just, there's so much drama that goes on behind the scenes, and then you're watching the rarest of rare air drivers that have the ability to drive that car.
Do you follow F1 at all?
I mean, not religiously.
Do you have a driver?
No.
Checo.
No Checo. No Checo. No giving. That's a homer pick.
That is a homer
That's
pick.
a homer pick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You have a driver? Other than Checo. You can't pick Checo.
Yes, but it's not racing anymore.
Who is it?
Nico Rosberg.
All right, Nico.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Nico's a dickhead.
I watched a video in the old school F1 cars with Senna chasing down Michael Schumacher from Senna's car. And when you see they're in open cockpits, they don't have all the protection in them that they have now.
Rest in peace.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, we need to binge watch. Have you seen Drive to Survive?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
For the ones watching, like Ayrton Senna, it's like kind of like for some people it's the GOAT. For some other people, it's Michael Schumacher.
It's Schumacher.
Yeah.
It's Schumacher, right?
I mean, they said for me it's Michael Schumacher, but Ayrton Senna was like really like
Generational.
yeah, it's,
Right.
could
Yeah.
be generational.
Have you watched him drive that NSX? Oh. Have you watched that?
yes,
His
it's like-
throttle,
He
the way
loved
he
that
would
car.
blip
He
that
loved
throttle.
that car.
Oh my God, it's just incredible. It's incredible. His throttle
What year
technique.
NSX?
Your year NSX.
I'm in.
Yeah, that's like a 94, 95.
Oh, I gotta
They
watch
took
that.
him to Japan to run the GP and yeah, the NSX from the factory.
They have a camera on his
Can they
feet.
YouTube
You
that
can,
shit?
yes, you can, and you can watch him. His heel toe technique,
Yeah.
and the way that what was unique about him is the whole concept of driving is go slow to go fast, right? You go smooth, you roll out, you roll in, you brake smooth. But his throttle technique would what, and he would play with a little oversteer.
Yeah.
And it was unlike, and I still think to this day, I don't think anyone uses that throttle control. That technique is really unique. It's what, and he plays with it, and it's very impressive.
I mean,
It's very, and you can watch his heel toe technique. It's unbelievable. He's a different, and he's driving
Maggie
penny
says that
loafers.
the video's freezing up. Damn it! While we're talking F1.
No.
No, we'll keep talking F1.
Yeah. I mean,
This is not
I
for
think
any of
it's
you
a
out there.
Nashville, internet.
Yeah. She's
That's
outside
true.
of Nashville.
Yeah,
Frisco.
they just have like squirrels running on a cage trying to get the electricity going.
Yeah. It's
And then somebody shooting at the squirrels because they're going to eat them.
But I will say it is slightly a bummer to see Vettel retiring. I'm happy for him. But Vettel won his fourth championship when we were in Austin.
Yep.
when he was driving for Red Bull, still in the V8s. Yeah,
That was the last one. His last championship.
His last championship, 2015.
15, yeah.
We watched that in Austin. We have not frozen up
Larry's
locally.
Larry's got a good question. Not the question, but I think that's got to be the next question for sure.
Time to pivot. Go ahead and hit share if you haven't already, and if you have, hit share again.
So we're going to get into the judgment zone. I think it's about that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is...
I'll bring a fourth question in, which is Marty Upton's. But you guys go ahead first.
The judgment zone is an area where it's in America. It's not nice. It's not polite to judge somebody
In America.
in America. It's an American thing.
But we do it still.
But we're going to do it. We're going to judge you based on what we know, and you're putting water in it.
Oh, yeah.
He told me to do it.
Oh.
It's better.
Talking about judging,
Bitch, you're on your first drink.
I'm ready for the second one.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah, give him that shit.
But not that one. I mean,
No, hombre. You're gonna get that. Yeah. Ándale. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Tiene las calzones de su mujer, eh?
Okay, so
go ahead.
the judgment zone is an area where we're going to ask you a series of questions, but first we're going to judge you based on what we think you're going to say. And hopefully some of this are maybe more Americanized questions, so we'll see how Americanized you really are. And we'll also see how much Travel Channel you watch. So, so the first question...
Okay.
That we all have to, now you can't answer this, but the first question is, do you believe in Sasquatch?
That's for me?
Just
That's for
sit
you.
for a
but don't-
second while
but
we
sit
decide what you
while we
think.
decide, while we judge you on the type of person that you are.
On a scale of 1
you
to
know
10.
You know him so well, scale of 1 to 10. You guys are drinking this rot gut together. I'm sure you've done that before.
Oh, we have many 4 a.m. nights at my house.
No. Not
4
like the guys
a.m.?
I'm thinking. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
like PG-13, like...
Yeah. I mean, just sitting, talking, hanging out, and diddling. But what I would say is, I don't know Kevin as much as I thought I did. I'm going to put him at a 7.
Whoa. So it's a scale of 1 to 10. 1 you don't believe, 10 you believe, and 5 and you can't have a 5.
You can't have a 5 in any of these
You
questions.
got to commit.
1.
Sasquatch?
1.
Pops?
You're a 1.
Pops, where you at?
I think Kevin is a 1.
I'm going 6. Going 6 with Kev.
That's pretty conservative there.
Yeah, it's just...
Pops, okay, you're at a 6. You're at a 1. I'm a
You're a
7. Where you
7.
at?
I'm an 8, actually.
Whoa,
Mames,
But let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, we got to hear the why.
Tiene experiencia, güey.
So the actual, and back me up in the comments if you think it's not, but I believe the explored territory between U.S. and Alaska is really limited. And actually, there's actually a port in Alaska that it was abandoned because there was actually like a city in there. The only way to get there is by
Yeti.
boat.
We talked about Sasquatch.
Same dude.
Same thing.
Yeah, same dude.
Yeti, it's in the part of like
Tomaszewski called it. Tomaszewski called it.
So yeah, and there's actually like a video about there's a line of like a hiking trail that you take, and there's actually a spot that there was like, and this is like
Spot?
Yes, Josh.
no spot. Yeah.
You know
We're
Mexican.
not talking F1. Damn.
You understand?
Or
I'm
like
in my
spa,
Fisco
like-
mode. Spot.
Drink your fucking pan
Some
water.
more water.
Your hot dog water.
Anyway, so let me tell you this. So in this spot, there's like pretty much like a it's like a kind of like a shelter made of like a woods and everything. I'm talking like 1990 or something like that. And there's actually like a guy that they were like hiking over there and everything, and they started like hearing noises and everything. So they go into like the shelter. Maybe it's an animal, a bear, or something like that.
I've heard the story.
But really,
He's a
Keep
0.
going. Keep going.
No,
He's just
keep
being
going.
an asswipe.
I have the
He's
video
a
to back it up.
non-believer.
So they went into the shelter and they can actually like not there were animal noises, but they heard like they were communicating like it was like in a like strange language, and I was like, really? And then he went out and explained to another guy, and I was like, nah, like you. Nah, it's not true. Nah, it's not like that. You know what? Let's take an equipment, like all Brandon's equipment. Let's record this noise. And they did. And they recorded, and honest to God, it's almost like a language, like, I don't know, like Guatemalan, Mexican language, like kind of like weird, but they were like
Super
primates. And they're actually, you can hear them talking like, and then, I mean, they were like, what the fuck it is?
Yeah.
What the fudge it is.
No,
So,
you can
and
say it how it is.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, there's so many things that we know, but there are a lot of things that we do not know. So that's why I'm giving it an 8.
Perfect.
I'm trying to tag Mark McClurkin, and it wouldn't
We
come up.
have an
I'll
actual
tag him.
Please.
We have an actual Sasquatch hunter here that goes to a place in Oklahoma that is very, very remote, and he has evidence.
He has
I'll just say
shit
that.
in his.
He has shit in his
Evidence?
fridge. Yeah.
I tagged him. He's coming in. So Mark McClurkin will come. He's got a frozen bag of dog shit in his freezer.
Or human.
He's got
or
shit.
Sasquatch. Yeah.
Or a squatch. Get that thing DNA tested. That's all I'm saying. As we move to the next one, that is undeniable. That's undeniable.
Yeah.
Now, actually, the next one, let's leave the redheads out of it for a second,
All
because
right.
that's going to be our third, because I am very convinced I know the redhead one.
Yeah.
So why don't you move to the next one?
Okay, so the next question.
This is going religious now.
The next. We're not going to go with anything up in the air.
No.
Okay.
I know where that's going. I'm confident in my number there.
Okay, so this one. So this is really a 2-part question.
Okay.
Both of them have a rating of 1 to 10. The first one is ghosts, apparitions, see it, doors flying open, things
Ghosts.
being thrown, all that stuff. And then
Poltergeist.
Exactly. And then to follow
Poltergeist.
up with that, spirits in the spirit realm. So scale of 1 to 10, Brandon, where are you at?
With Kevin, I'm going 6-8.
6-8.
I'm
Strong.
going 6 on ghosts. I'm going 8 on spirits.
Okay.
On a connection, on maybe we don't have a connection to communicate, but maybe they make their way to us maybe after they pass or whatever that may be. I'm going 6-8.
What about you, Adrian?
Pinche nueve.
Mr. Frakes?
Mr. New
Mr. Mom. I'm going, now that I know his stance on believing things that he sees, I'm going 89.
Holy shit.
8,
Okay.
9.
All right, where you at, Kevin?
Yeah.
He's an 8-9?
Yes.
Do you have experiences with either?
So that's actually an interesting question.
Yes,
What
it
is
is.
the difference between ghost and spirit?
Ghost is an apparition that may catch your eye. It's a physical representation of the spirit world. A spirit is a connection with something maybe you don't see, but it's a weird coincidence that happens after a passing, or it's maybe you pray and it makes its way to you.
Okay. So yeah, I had experience with that, with both pretty much.
Do share.
we're good. Yeah.
So my uncle, that it was my godfather as well, baptism. Well, not baptism, but it was like first
Communion?
godfather. So he passed away, unfortunately, in a really tragic accident. He was like 26 years old. He left like 2 kids, one year, another one was like 3 years old.
Oh no.
So it was devastating for the whole family. Not only because, I mean, obviously it was like a tragic accident, but he was like the life of the party, always. Like, just to give you like an example of like type of guy he was like a jokester, but like heavy jokester. Like, I remember like in a Christmas party, my grandmother was like eating and everything, and then my uncle, like, he bites an apple, like, this is a juicy apple. Grandma, well, it's mom. Mom, have a bite. I was like, no, come on, have a bite. It's really good. No, come on, Luis, have a bite. And then she bites the apple, But she had actually like the dentures. They were like, so as soon as she bought it, he ripped off the apple and like he was like, laughing to everyone. They were like, oh my god, you're like this and that. And it was like that, those kind of things. But since he was like really like a character, everybody loved him. So that's why he was like sad. Yeah, he was like a tremendous guy.
Yeah.
So
I love him already.
Yeah,
I mean,
without a doubt.
several things happen. I mean, my dad hear him like several times. There's like several stories, but the ones that I can tell you that are like subjective or objective that happened, there's evidence for that. They're actually in in Mexico. I don't know, like here in the U.S., but when someone passed away, they're praying for like 9 consecutive days and everything. And I'm not that Catholic. I'm sorry. So they're praying like in a small room. And there's my mom, my grandma, my aunts, like everyone just like praying, like with the revolvers, the rosary and everything. And then on the wall there was like the ashes and everything, and in a candle, the face of Jesus Christ started like appearing on the wall, like live, and they started like screaming, "Miracle! It's a miracle!" But not like something like something with the smoke. No, like in the wall, like appearing in the wall. You can see like the eyebrows, like the beard, the ears, everything like so perfectly, but it stayed there. So they actually, I remember in this because I was like 7 years old, and my mom was like, "Hey, come on, we're gonna go and see God right now." And I was like, "Mom, it's like 10 p.m. We can. It's not a time to go to church. What are you talking about?
We're gonna go.
Like, no, let's go to your grandma's right now." And I was like, "What?" And then I went into there, and it was like a big house, and there was like a ton of people, but I'm saying like 30 people in the house. And I saw that, and it was like, what the fuck is going on? And like all of the people like miracle and touching and everything, and I can see like the face, and the fact that happened in front of like all of the people, not something that was like, oh, you know what, it was in the morning and we just saw like that. It happened like at the same time they were looking at it. So I mean, someone can say like, oh, like a friend of an uncle of this, but no, it was directly like your mom telling you that, and I was like, oh wow, it really happened.
Yeah.
So it gave me the chills right now. But
I get it.
And it stayed there for like several years, that image.
Oh shit.
So
Wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey man.
yeah. I got several more stories.
The best, so far, everybody has had an experience. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
When somebody comes in at a 0, Adrian, when somebody comes in at a 0, it's just like, eh. But when somebody has, we've had a lot of people that have had experiences, and the experiences are pretty compelling.
I don't know how many shows we've done. A lot, right? I think this is probably the third that the people actually got chills or
Yeah.
Busy's the only other one I can think of.
Yeah, and it was tight. I think tight was
Yeah.
with the lights.
Yep,
as
with
he
the
was
lights.
walking.
Yeah.
This is the third one.
It's-
Maybe I'm a 1 now.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take that.
So
I'll
one
take
of our guys, a kid that he grew up with, he passed, and so our guy here, Tight, and a couple other guys were walking down the street that they always used to walk down when they were kids, and all the street lights were out. But as they walked under each street light, the light turned on as they walked down the street.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
And this was like the 90s, right? 'Cause
Yeah, they weren't.
Someone said
It wasn't
motion
motion detected
sensor.
or anything
No.
like that.
90s didn't have that shit.
And the other one before you interrupt me.
Mas?
Oh, there's several, man. But I like they said the objective ones, so you can there's proof, there's
Yeah.
evidence because someone called my name. No, the other one they had actually a phone, like in a storage room or something, and it was obviously a disconnected phone from my aunt, and it started ringing and disconnected. And I remember that time that actually they put their phone next to the ashes, like my aunt was talking about the aunt that it was. Like her brother. I'm sorry, I'm just getting drunk. But I mean, she was telling us, you know what? I mean, when this ring, it's your uncle. I mean, and they were like all of the kids, and you know what? Don't be afraid. I mean, he wants to communicate with you. I mean, something good and everything. The fucking phone starts ringing. She was the first one to leave the room, and they were like, "Oh my god, he's gonna get us!" But that was like creepy as.
So you saw you were there. It was not connected.
No. I mean, you can see like the cables like this. So like, wow, it was like
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was
Someone
it was
answered?
heavy. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
Bueno.
No.
She said that it was ones that that you can actually like pick it up, and some of the times you can actually hear like a breathing on the background.
Oh no, I'm
And
not
she said like
picking that
one
up.
time he answered back, bueno.
Ah, fuck.
Tráeme los frascos, güey.
bueno. Hace mucho calor a la
Don't hang up.
Pinche calor afuera. Tráeme los tarascos, güey.
Yeah. But they were like the things that I experienced and I saw like firsthand. Then it was like, wow.
Wow.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
no
he's
explanation
in.
for that.
Oh yeah, he's
that's,
in.
That's
All right,
That's 10 category.
Let's move to 3 because we've had this conversation at about 12,000 feet above sea level in a hot tub on my 30th birthday.
PG-13 again.
PG-13.
Oh.
The third question.
Hot tub?
We were in Aspen.
PG-13.
We were in Aspen for my 30th.
Yeah.
We rode downhill mountain biking. It was a blast. It was an
Manly
absolute
stuff,
blast.
manly
Oh,
stuff.
you were there. Okay.
Manly
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
man shit, riding
Yeah.
bikes and stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
Bicycles.
bicycles.
Yeah.
We were smoking cigars.
Bicycles.
We were hanging. Clancy had a Cowboys hat on.
We had bicycles and little
Clancy
little
had,
sandwiches.
Yeah, Clancy had no shirt but a cowboy hat on.
Of course he did.
Him and Gabe were fighting over the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Okay, regardless, we move forward.
You could have omitted that, you know?
I could have admitted it, but it's important to the story.
Okay.
But we had this conversation. On the third question, to which everyone knows, the third, I am a 10. I am a strong 10 on the third. For those who are watching, still watching, for some reason, I'm a 10. You guys know what it is? Where are you at?
So the question is, you haven't spit the question out yet. The question
Anyone
is
who's watching knows this question.
UFOs,
Aliens.
aliens. Is it a two-parter then? Aliens
let's
and
just
UFOs.
Let's go aliens.
Aliens.
Let's go aliens.
Do aliens exist? Brandon's a hard 10 on this. He's got inside information. So for him, I'm going to say he's 10.
Yeah, you guys, it's just a 10. I'm just going to answer across the board.
Well, this could be a two-part because you know me, I'm a 0 on aliens.
We know you're
bumped to a
0 on
one.
everything.
But
I'm a
you
10.
bumped him to a 1 on ghosts.
No, but I'm a 10 on aliens.
Yeah, I know you're a 10
well-
on the swimming aliens in El
Yeah.
Paso.
Yep.
Yeah.
Solid 9 says Sean Rats.
No.
Okay.
I'll give Kevin
A lot of people
10,
judging you
10
out there.
is Frank Tomaszewski.
2.
No, bullshit.
Yeah.
He's got inside information.
I got inside info. Where do you stand on aliens?
No, that's a 10.
It's a 10.
10.
It's a 10.
10.
Now,
Mathematically impossible not to be live outside.
Aliens, bro. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
You've seen them.
Yeah.
Like me?
My uncle is like not too long ago.
same type of alien. We're talking a different alien here. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Will you please talk about your aunt that you told us about in the hot tub with the grays?
You say
some
Right? Doesn't she? She
say
knows
aunt.
there are different.
Tia.
Tia.
Yeah.
Con tu tía, güey.
Oh yeah, I have like a really spiritual aunt that there's actually a story for a cousin,
saying
but that's
aunt?
for another story.
Aunt? Aunt.
Aunt.
Yeah. Why are you saying
Yeah,
aunt?
not like the bug, like aunt.
Yeah,
like
yeah. No, like aunt.
Su tía, güey.
I know, but he says aunt, and I've never heard.
Well, because
aunt
if you look at the way it's
from
spelled, you can
Hispanic-
throw that out there.
No, it's aunt.
It's not.
Give me a
it's-
break.
your-
Come
your-
on, an aunt.
Your mom's
Is it aunt
sister
or
is not
aunt?
an A-N-T aunt, even though that's how we say it.
I think
Aunt.
the white
It's
version is
auntie.
aunt, but aunt. Tia.
All right, yeah. Why don't you guys keep drinking the
Tío.
mezcal?
Yeah.
Yeah, this mezcal seems to be doing what it's supposed to do.
Will you talk about your aunt, please? Tu tía, güey.
Oh man, she has a lot of stories, but
She communicates with them.
oh yeah,
Aliens.
like
And not your type of aliens, not El Paso aliens. Aliens, mafia.
and actually she tells me like a lot of stories, like you know what, like the gray ones are like the dangerous one with the almond eyes and everything. I mean, those are the ones you need to be careful and everything. The green ones, I mean, they're like a little bit shorter. They're kind of cool, but they're like humans. They're like good ones and bad ones and this and this and that. She's like really deep into a lot of things. But
¿Dónde vive?
in Mexico.
Sí.
Yeah. So there's actually she reads the Mayan
Calendar?
no like stones, runes, or I don't know how you say it,
Yeah.
but
Ruins.
so I actually had a cousin that I didn't want to bring this up, and I'm not going back into the whole story, but
But we can hop into that
Bring it up,
story,
man.
no problem. We got time.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
We're not doing this for anyone on that side of the fence.
I'm pretty sure that they're interested, especially Frank. I mean, like,
Frank is,
there's another alien
Frank
I've
is
seen,
in.
like, your
Frank is
patio.
in.
Sean
He's talking about the Chinese. Thanks, Sean. We haven't offended the Chinese yet. That's definitely
not
going to
to
be
that
canceled.
point yet.
They're next.
Yeah. But, I
Hang
mean,
around for the Chinese.
so that cousin, he was just like an absolute example of like really bad time and bad place, or something like that. So, long story short, I mean, he was murdered by like some drug cartels and everything, just because of like the drug lord from, let's say, Frisco was not in agreement with the drug lord from Houston or something like that.
Yeah.
So
No.
he went driving from that.
Where to where?
It wasn't Sinaloa, obviously.
Obviously.
But yeah, so I mean, so he drove though there. I mean, he was like 23 years old. So he got killed, and we know all of this story because his best friend actually survived, and it was like really weird. But at the point that he was not coming back, it was a Sunday afternoon, and his mom was really worried. Like, hey, you know what? Let's go to Sonia. Don't tell Sonia, please. So that's my aunt. So they go to Sonia, like, hey, so we wanted to know like what's going on. It's Jose Carlos, okay, and everything. And I was like, yeah, you know what? He just like displayed the stones and everything, so like reading all that. I'm like,
Oh, this bitch crazy.
oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have no freaking idea.
Telepath.
I would love to meet her. I
She's
would go to Sinaloa just to meet Sonia.
She's like, give the translation, but like 120 kilos. So maybe like almost
She's
300
a
pounds.
big motherfucker.
Big motherfucker. But
That's in
she was
English.
able to do, like, she was in yoga and everything, so she was able to do the split.
What?
Yeah, I mean, she was like impressive. We're like, damn.
We
not,
are.
not even.
Will you look up flights with Volaris to Sinaloa, please? Interjet, maybe with a layover in.
Yeah, she just threw the stones. And I'm like, you know what? I can see he's good. He's actually with a familiar, with a friend or something, and he seems like he's in a desperate situation. But you know what? No, he's happy now, and he looks like ascending, and yeah, he's surrounded by families and everything. No, he's good. He's happy, and then like all of the people freaked out. All the family are like, what do you mean? I don't know, but he seems with family and everything, and keep calling him and everything, and no one knew. And then when we knew the story, it was like they were actually coming back. They actually have like a convertible bug, and then they had a flat tire. And there were like then another car just like pulled around in the middle of the highway, and they were like, hey, guys, all right? And like with women and everything, just like partying out aloud, like, don't move, we'll be right back. And they were like, oh crap, something's about to happen. And they went directly into like it was like a cornfield or something, and they start running and everything. So, and I don't know how they got into like a dirt road, and they happened to actually stumble into the same guys, but without the girls. So like, oh, you're running away. So what's up? And then they threw the pistol and everything, and they were like, oh shit. And they're like, no, like, where are you from and everything? And like, I don't know, give me your wallet. And he left his wallet and his cell phone in the car because he slept because he had a pants. And then he actually started like hitting him and everything and making fun of him because I'm a little bit fat. And you know what I mean? Like, you're just such a pussy and everything. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We've come this far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Puñeta.
So like he was like,
Puñalito.
and they were like, yeah, just having fun with everything. Yeah, just leave my friend alone and everything. And the other guy was like skinny and short, just like freaked out and everything. And they're just having a piss, and they're just cutting on the radio, like, hey, you know what? We got this guys and everything. Oh no, yeah, we're gonna like blow him off. And they were like, he shot my cousin, and he hit him in the head. So he's not dead yet. He's like breathing, but like having like problem breathing, like, oh man, he's gonna make a mess in the car and put him like on top of his friend. So imagine his best friend actually having his friend like in there, like heavy breathing, like shot and everything. He was like unshocked. They were like, yeah, I just got him. Oh, you fucking idiot! You're supposed to just like scare him, not kill him. You know what? Just make sure that everyone's like, I don't want
Dead.
like no witnesses whatsoever. And up to the point, he said, the friend like, okay, I'm done. and he was like really, really like a coward. But something in his mind like, I need to run. He went directly into the cornfield, and they started shooting and everything, and they shot it actually in the leg, in the liver, and everything. They got into the into the dirt. He started like crawling up and everything, and they were like looking for him. And it started getting dark. They went to get flashlights, and the guy said they were like 10 feet away, but they were not able to see him. No, okay, we'll come back in the morning, whatever. So he waited until there was like kind of a little bit of light, and then he crawled back into the highway and got help from someone, and they drove him to a hospital. That's how we know the story. But actually, when they were telling when my aunt was saying like all like family reunion and like surrounded by family phrases and everything, is because he was actually killed. That's what she said.
Damn.
That was live, and then when the next day when they actually found out all of that, it was like, oh wow, that really happened. So she's like really connected into like aliens and like spirits and everything. So you know the part that actually, and excuse me for going actually out of topic, but the fact that I actually believe her. We have a really old microwave like this big. It was on my grandma's house and it was not working. And they were like, hey, the microwave's not working. And they were like, Sonia, come on and fix the microwave. And I was like, this is a joke. I mean, I was like 17 years old, almost 20. So I'm not a kid anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, and she goes like this and like,
Shit.
okay, it's working.
Bitch
like,
is crazy.
Yeah. And I'm like, but it was working, man. I mean, you can see the lights and everything. And I put like 1 minute and start working. I'm like, nah, where's the trick? What do you mean? Where's the trick? Don't fool me around. Where's the trick? No, and everyone's saying like my dad are like, yeah, she's able to do that. No, I'm like, nah. And 5 minutes after, I mean, it was like completely out dark and everything. So I was just looking for buttons and everything. There was nothing. They were like, how do you do that? You just need to canalize and just like imagine there's like a really big thunder and goes into the microwave, makes it work and everything. I was like, wow, bitch is crazy.
Bitch is crazy.
That's another question. Brujeria. I mean, that's the same thing, no?
Brujeria,
Right?
which is witchcraft.
Yeah. No?
That's a big.
Let's go ahead and toss that one in there because the alien question really went into a different direction than what I
did.
expected it to.
And that's what
And that
I'm
was
thinking this,
interesting. So
Let's go into the American side. What's your number?
on aliens,
No, on witchcraft.
Yeah.
witchcraft. Oh, I'm low on this one.
Yeah.
I'm way sub.
I think
I'm
there's
like
just some crazy people out there that think they're witches. but-
yeah. I'm a at best 2.
I don't have experience in that, but
I have a feeling maybe this is like your secret
no.
6.
No. Not from
I'm
I don't
going.
have
Yeah, I'm
experience
going.
in that.
I'm going 2.
But after hearing these stories, I'm like, fucking 50. Over here.
I come from a dysfunctional family. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, we need Kevin back for like a whole
Yeah, a
segment and shit.
little follow up, and Sonia,
Yeah.
whatever she's doing.
Yeah, get her up here. We need our projectors not working.
Yeah, our projectors
The
are working.
projector's not working. She got to
Yeah.
fix the ice machine
Yeah, I know.
yesterday. God damn, I'm up there messing with that ice machine. She could have knocked that out in 2 minutes.
Antonio just got a job at ICC.
Yeah. Easy. Here, light a cigar without a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
will
that's
enjoy this.
marketable.
So, Mr. Frakes, what's your number?
Brujeria.
For witchcraft, I'm like a 1. Yeah, I think there's a lot of crazy people out there. I'm not.
That includes fortune tellers.
Yeah, I mean,
gypsy.
Gypsies.
Yeah, same. I've never had experience in that. When I see people reading the cards and things like that, which is huge, in Mexico, I'm like, I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't have personal experience, so I'll be 0.
Yeah.
It's just people knowing people.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
people reading. I think it's bullshit.
Yeah,
I think it is. But then that also happened with what I told you guys in Denton
Yeah.
not long ago. It was a weird situation. It was.
yeah.
Tell us about that.
No, I mean, I
That's a
told
spirit
these
thing.
guys it was a weird thing. Yeah, it was like we were talking about Ataro. And we were talking about brujeria. I was like, nah, that's bullshit. He's like, no. I spoke with one, and she told me I was gonna be with a tall American who likes beer. I was like, oh yeah, there's not 300 million of us. Wow,
Yeah.
great idea.
Not Mexican then.
And then all of a sudden, here comes walking around is this guy who's talking to Elias. Elias looks American. He's like a little American kid. But he's speaking with Elias in Spanish. And speaking with Alessi in Spanish. Like, holy shit, that looks like fucking Ruben. That looks like your grandpa. And he's sitting over there, and all of a sudden he's just speaking with him in Spanish. No problem. And he comes walking over. We have a little conversation in Spanish. And he looks, if it's not 100%, he's 95% like Ale's grandfather who passed. What's this guy's name? Ruben.
Shit.
And we have this conversation that like we're talking with Ale's grandpa. Same demeanor, same gait when he walks, everything. He just walks away and just disappears. Just gone. In the exact moment we're talking shit about how none of this exists. And she's like, no, it exists. No, it doesn't. It exists. No, it doesn't. And all of a sudden this happens and I go, well, that's weird. If nothing else, that was a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was memorable. It was enough that it happened months ago and it's pretty fresh in my mind for sure.
And that's the thing. I mean, for me, there are so many things that we do not understand. Like, imagine just speaking about like oxygen and hydrogen into like a Native American that doesn't know like the science and like they will say like that's redshift, that does not exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were like, I mean, obviously this is science. We're talking something different, but like once you actually get to know some other things, you're like there's actually one thing called like skinwalker ranch.
Right.
Have you heard about it?
Okay. No.
It's something deep. It's like the most paranormal place in Earth.
For real?
Oh, yeah.
And it's-
Adrian, what are
it's
you
a
doing
Little
on
Elm.
Tuesday?
Is that
That's in Little Elm.
where's that? Oh, really? No, South Texas.
No.
That's at Frank's house.
It's in like New Mexico or someplace.
Yeah, it's next to Frank's house.
I mean, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Where is that Skinwalker Ranch?
Nearest
It's
city in Utah.
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 Utah County, Utah.
Because in South Texas, there's where forensic scientists go to learn, where they bury people who have died, and they,
For decomposition.
and then
Right.
so detectives go there to like learn how decomposition works and all that stuff. I think that's different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean they have actually have a show on
scientific.
Netflix even the whole
Yeah.
thing.
No,
UFO,
it's-
paranormal, and UFO related activities.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of crap that goes on there.
All right.
Yeah,
Looks
it's-
like
it's
I'm
pretty-
not going
they-
to
they
sleep
get-
well tonight.
They get all kinds of magnetic. They take all this high-tech sensory stuff out there, and they get some intense magnetic fields and all kinds of stuff that happen there.
You don't need magnetic shades. Send me there.
I'm interested in the comments if
That's
they
true.
believe in witchcraft or not, but I mean
I'd be like 0 to 5.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
something about like I believe the kind of history, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like the Navajos, they actually they cursed the land because it was actually taken from them and everything. It's like a really deep story.
Montezuma's Revenge? Because that shit's real.
I mean,
Oh, that's that. Yeah,
Montezuma's Revenge?
you lived it, right?
that's
Oh boy, I've lived that many a time. Oh, Montezuma, that's a. Maybe we should re-ask this question about brujeria.
But like for
I
me,
shit my pants in Mexico.
like kind of like the witchcraft experience that I had. Like so, my dad, it's like he doesn't believe like in ghosts, aliens, nothing like that. Well, after my godfather passed away before that, but there was actually a point there was like a group that was like kind of like a small church, but she said that she can actually like embody like the Holy Spirit and everything and just like talk
bitch is
nonsense
crazy.
and everything.
Bitch
It's just like,
crazy.
you know, like it's bullshit, right?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
But like
Right?
there was,
I mean, we can agree on this. That's bullshit.
yeah, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
But like some of the things that my mom told me, like, you know what? I mean, we were actually going to the point and everything, and then my uncle or my brother's mom, he totally believed it was bullshit. You know what? If she really does that and everything, I have two questions for her. One, there's a really popular teams in Mexico. Let's say Cowboys versus the Patriots. I don't like that. Like really popular.
Chivas and
Chivas, and it was, I believe, Atlas or
Atlas.
or something like that.
Muerta
like-
Patio,
Ask her like what is going to be like the overall match after that. I wanted to like the numbers if she's really like the one and everything. And the second one, I'm not going to ask you because if she really like in touch with the divine, she must already know that question. And she was like, that's kind of weird. But I mean, it's like kind of like offensive, like putting up to the test. Just she didn't say anything like that. So after like the mass and everything, at the end, the girl calls my mom. They're like, come in. Tell Adolfo that Chivas is gonna win 2-1.
2-1. How hard of a fucking score is 2-1?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Give me a winning lottery number.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be a good.
Pick a number between 1 and a million.
But the second one that gave me the chills, I was like, and tell him that the second one is like, do not put God to a test, because you never put God to a test. And when my mom tells back into my uncle, he froze up and was like, he did not speak for like 2 days or something. After like that, I was like, wow. But some of the things are like, okay. I mean,
Is this Sonia?
Like,
This Sonia we're talking about?
That's my other part of the family.
Okay.
I have come from a really weird family.
No, I'm looking forward to going to Sinaloa with you.
But the one that really got me, going back to my dad.
Yeah.
I mean, when my mom, I don't know what happened, but she really didn't like about like the vibe and everything. You know what? I'm done. This is it and everything. No, if you go out of the circle, I mean, you're gonna get actually a curse and everything. It's gonna, you know what? I don't care. And she was like really in talks with a father, a Catholic father. And then like, you know what? Yeah, just go into church and make sure like this and this and that, and like everything seemed like up to normal. And then like 2 weeks after, this guy calls my mom. Hey, where's Sergio, my dad? Where's Sergio at? Oh, he's actually traveling. Tell him to stop wherever he is. Do not drive. Stop wherever he is. And then she calls my dad and I'm like, you know what? I'm traveling like, I don't know, like Nayarit or like state or, you know what? Stop right there. Please stop right there. Shit. But why? Like, just stop right there. Don't ask me questions. Okay, yeah, whatever. And then when my dad shows up and everything, and I actually asked my dad directly that, and he actually confirmed this, that after he hung out with my mom, he was driving on the highway and he actually saw the death. You know, like with the really big, like hawks or what is it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like in the middle of the highway, and he said that he actually passed him and he can see him like a ghost, like went through him. And he was like, oh crap, and then he got into the next town and just left him there. But up to that point, you're like, okay, I'm a believer now. True story.
Next show, Edgar and Kevin.
Oh, Edgar. And
Is he
Kevin.
from Sinaloa or he's?
No, Edgar's from Chapalita.
Oh, cool.
Edgar lives in Chapalita.
But he's he's fishing in Sinaloa all the time.
Uh-huh.
When he checks in there, I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I think in
I
that
got
lake
many
that he
stories.
fishes,
Many stories.
Yeah.
you're not supposed to go to one side of the lake. The other side of the lake, you're cool.
Yeah.
But you go to the far side and you're not cool.
Oh yeah.
Damn, this has been my favorite show ever.
This is a good show. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the 6 people that have
I don't.
stayed. And
This isn't
listened.
for you. We do
Yeah.
appreciate you being here.
Yes.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, solid. I mean,
You have questions, please let us know. I mean,
Oh yeah. DM us the questions and we'll get Kevin back on.
Kevin, you're
Fucking
coming back
Edgar-
on.
Next time Edgar's here, he's never been on the show. We need fucking Edgar here.
Yeah, we need Edgar.
And then we'll call Kevin and boom.
Well, that sounds good. Well, I'm
Do
looking
the whole
forward
show
to
in Spanish.
Thursday night.
Easy.
We could do a whole show in Spanish.
Shit.
we
That'll-
can,
that'll
I'd be
keep
down
the
to do a
crowd.
Spanish show.
Yeah.
I'd be 100% in for that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to Thursday evening at my house watching The Jerk. And
the
you will
greatest movie of all
understand
time.
Mr. Newsbaum.
Yes.
I'm Mr. Newsbaum.
As long as you got a voucher.
Yep. That is, I'm looking forward to that. So, Kevin, thank you.
thank you for having
Pops,
me.
Adrian, love you.
Love you too.
Love all
And we're glad you guys stuck with us on
Yeah.
Tuesday night, Cigar Talk Live. Catch us a new thing we're going to try on Friday nights. We're going to air it on Newbies. This week I'm going to try it as a group, so we'll have multiple people on the screens, and it is heavy cigar newbie education.
Nice.
So we'll have some fun. I did it this last week and put some education on some folks. So if you're not a member of Cigar Newbies yet, join it. That group is blowing up. So join that. That is Friday night, Saturday at the shop. We are here ready to rock and roll. You're going to have somebody, a stunt double, sit in for me. I'll be up in the Big O.
Adrian, are you going back to Mexico?
No, I'm down.
Or El Paso?
right.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Adrian's
Same thing.
going to be
Yeah.
my stunt double on
be here.
Saturday at the shop. So
Nice.
That's
with
it.
that,
Yeah.
Kevin, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you guys. You guys have a little bit of this mezcal to finish.
I am not touching any more of that.
I'm out.
I have had enough for a Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, we will see you guys next week on Cigar Talk Live and all the rest of the shows that we do during the week.
Peace out.
See ya.
Later.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Fucking mezcal.
Mezcal.
Favorite
dude.
so far. I'm not just saying.
That one's